Hi, and welcome back to More Moments with Jesus. We've been reading from the Lost Gospel of Thomas, which I found on the internet and the website, and it's called spiritual-truth.com. Scriptural, not spiritual, but scriptural-truth.com. And it's www. And it's got a lot of stuff up there. It's got a series of books and other writings that were removed from the Bible we have today. The dates actually start in those things around 1611. And I looked at a book last night, a Bible that a friend had, who was in family heirloom, and it had stuff from 1611, and the pages were actually divided into two books, which one was 1611, the other was 1840 something, and it just you could compare the verses. But the Apocrypha books, they weren't there. But it showed, not in that book, but in another place on the internet, it shows that it was the Old Testament, the books like this one here, the Lost Gospel of Thomas, the Book of Enoch. There's many other books that were in the middle of the Bible, and then the New Testament, and then the end. So, but those books were taken out, and for what reason, there's lots of different possibilities. I'm not going to sit here and claim to know exactly why. I can have my own guesses. You can go to that website and look through the material and make your own. Okay? But I would go to the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord, and let Him explain things. He may not even want you reading this stuff. Or He may want you to read it. But anyway, I've been reading the book, The Lost Gospel of Thomas. It's been quite interesting. And tonight, I'm going to read from verse 60 on, for a while anyway. And I'm going to start my timer so I'll know approximately how long I've been talking. And we left off on verse 59. And in 59, Jesus said, these are the words that Jesus spoke now in this gospel. And He spoke them to Thomas, who's one of the apostles. Take heed of the living one while you are alive, lest you die and seek to see Him and be unable to do so. Verse 60, they saw a Samaritan carrying a lamb on his way to Judea. He said to His disciples, why does that man carry the lamb around? They said to Him, so that he may kill it and eat it. And He, Jesus, said to them, while it is alive, he will not eat it, but only when he has killed it, and it has become a corpse. They said to Him, He cannot do so otherwise. He said to them, you too look for a place for yourselves within repose, lest you become a corpse and be eaten. 61. Jesus said, two will rest on a bed, and one will die, and the other will live. Salome said, who are you, man, that you, as though from the one, or as whose son, that you have come up on my couch and eaten from my table? Jesus said to her, I am He who exists from the undivided. I was given some of the things of my Father. Salome said, I am your disciple. Jesus said to her, therefore I say, if he is undivided, he will be filled with light. But if he is divided, he will be filled with darkness. 62. Jesus said, "It is to those who are worthy of my mysteries that I tell my mysteries. Do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing." That line also is in the current Bible we have today. Verse 63, Jesus said, "There was a rich man who had much money. He said, 'I shall put my money to use, so that I may sow, reap, plant, and fill my storehouses with produce, with the result that I shall lack nothing.'" Such were his intentions. But that same night, he died. Let him who has ears hear. 64. Jesus said, "A man has received visitors, and when he has prepared the dinner, he sent his servant to invite the guests. He went out to the first one and said to him, 'My master invites you.' He said, 'I have claims against some merchants. They are coming to me this evening. I must go and give them my orders.' I asked to be excused from the dinner. He went to another and said to him, 'My master has invited you.' He said to him, 'I have just bought a house, and I am required for the day. I shall not have any spare time.' He went to another and said to him, 'My master invites you.' He said to him, 'My friend is going to get married, and I am to prepare the banquet. I shall not be able to come. I asked to be excused from the dinner.' We went to another and said to him, 'My master invites you.' He said to him, 'I have just bought a farm, and I am on my way to collect the rent. I shall not be able to come. I asked to be excused.' The servant returned and said to his master, 'Those whom you invited to the dinner have asked to be excused.' The master said to his servant, 'Go outside to the street and bring back those whom you happen to meet, so that they may dine. Businessmen and merchants will not enter the places of my Father.'" Praise God. 65. He said, "There is a good man who owned a vineyard. He leased it to tenant farmers so that they might work it, and he might collect the produce from them. He sent his servant so that the tenants might give him the produce of the vineyard. They seized his servant and beat him, but all but killing him. The servant went back and told his master. The master said, 'Perhaps they did not recognize him.' He sent another servant. The tenants beat this one as well. Then the owner sent his son and said, 'Perhaps they will show respect to my son,' because the tenants knew that it was he who was the heir to the vineyard. They seized him and killed him. Let him who has ears hear." Praise God. 66. Jesus said, "Show me the stone which the builders have rejected. That one is the cornerstone." Praise God. 67. Jesus said, "Whoever believes that the all itself is deficient is himself completely deficient." I printed this out instead of doing it on my computer, and works out pretty good this way. Verse 68, Jesus said, "Blessed are you when you are hated and persecuted. Wherever you have been persecuted, they will find no place." 69, Jesus said, "Blessed are they who have been persecuted within themselves. It is they who have truly come to know the Father. Blessed are the hungry, for the belly of him who desires will be filled. 70. Jesus said, that which you have will save you if you bring it forth from yourselves. That which you do not have within you will kill you if you do not have it within you. 71. Jesus said, I shall destroy this house, and no one will be able to rebuild it. 72. A man said to him, tell my brothers to divide my father's possessions with me. He said to him, O man, who has made me a divider? He turned to his disciples and said to them, I am not a divider, am I? 73. Jesus said, the harvest is great, but the laborers are few. Beseech the Lord, therefore, to send out laborers to the harvest. 74. He said, O Lord, there are many around the drinking trough, but there is nothing in the cistern. 75. Jesus said, many are standing at the door, but it is the solitary who will enter the bridal chamber. 76. Jesus said, the kingdom of the Father is like a merchant who had a consignment of merchandise and who discovered a pearl. That merchant was shrewd. He sold the merchandise and bought the pearl alone for himself. You too seek this unfailing and enduring treasure where no moth comes near to devour and no worms destroy. 77. Jesus said, it is I who am the light which is above them all. It is I who am the all. From me did the all come forth, and unto me did the all extend. Split a piece of wood, and I am there. Lift up the stone, and you will find me there. 78. Jesus said, why have you come out into the desert? To see a reed shaken by the wind, and to see a man clothed in fine garments like your kings and your great men? Upon them are the fine garments, and they are unable to discern the truth. 79. A woman from the crowd said to him, blessed are the womb which bore you, and the breasts which nourished you. He said to her, blessed are those who have heard the word of the Father, and have truly kept it. For there will be days when you say, blessed are the womb which has not conceived, and the breasts which have not given milk. 80. Jesus said, he who has recognized the world has found the body, but he who has found the body is superior to the world. 81. Jesus said, let him who has grown rich be king, and let him who possesses power renounce it. 82. Jesus said, he who is near me is near the fire, and he who is far from me is far from the kingdom. 83. Jesus said, the images are manifest to man, but the light in them remains concealed in the image of the light of the Father. He will become manifest, but his image will remain concealed by his light. 84. Jesus said, when you see your likeness, you rejoice. But when you see your images, which came into being before you, then you will neither die nor become manifest. How much will you have to bear? 85. Jesus said, Adam came into being from a great power and a great wealth, but he did not become worthy of you. For had he been worthy, he would have not experienced death. 86. Jesus said, the foxes have their holes, and the birds have their nests. The Son of Man has no place to lay his head and rest. 87. Jesus said, wretched is the body that is dependent upon the body, but wretched is the soul that is dependent on these two. 88. Jesus said, the angels and the prophets will come to you and give you those things you already have. And you too, give them those things which you have. And say to yourselves, when will they come and take what is theirs? 89. Jesus said, why do you wash the outside of the cup? Do you not realize that he who has made the inside is the same one who made the outside? 90. Jesus said, come unto me, for my yoke is easy, and my lordship is mild. You will find repose for yourselves. 91. They said to him, the apostles, tell us who you are, so that we may believe in you. And Jesus, he said to them, you read the face of the sky and of the earth, but you have not recognized the one who is before you, and you do not know how to read this moment. 92. Jesus said, seek and you will find. Yet what you asked me about in your former times, and which I did not tell you then, now I do desire to tell, but you do not inquire after it. 93. Jesus said, do not give what is holy to dogs, lest they throw them on the dung heap. Do not throw the pearls to swine, lest they grind it to bits. 94. Jesus said, he who seeks will find, and he who knocks will be let in. 95. Jesus said, if you have money, do not lend it at interest, but give it to the one from whom you will not get it back. 96. Jesus said, the kingdom of the Father is like a certain woman. She took a little leaven, concealed it in some dough, leaven, concealed it in some dough, made it into large loaves. Let he who has ears, let him hear. 97. Jesus said, the kingdom of the Father is like a certain woman who was carrying a jar full of meal. When she was walking on a road, still some distance from home, the handle of the jar broke, and the meal emptied out behind her on the road. She did not realize it. She had noticed no accident. When she reached her house, she set the jar down and found it empty. 98. Jesus said, the kingdom of the Father is like a certain man who wanted to kill a powerful man. In his own house he drew his sword and struck it into the wall in order to find out whether his hand could carry through. Then, I'm not sure if that's a misspelling. Then he slew the powerful man. 99, the disciples said to him, "Your brothers and your mother are standing outside." He said to them, "Those here who do the will of my Father are my brothers and my mother. It is who will enter the kingdom of my Father. It is they who will enter the kingdom of my Father." 100, they showed Jesus a gold coin and said to him, Caesar's men demand taxes from us." He said to them, "Give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Give God what belongs to God. And give me what is mine." 101, Jesus said, "Whoever does not hate his father and his mother, as I do, cannot become a disciple to me. And whoever does not love his father and his mother, as I do, cannot become a disciple to me. For my mother gave me falsehood, but my true mother gave me life." 102, Jesus said, "Woe to the Pharisees, for they are like a dog sleeping in the manger of oxen. For neither does he eat, nor does he let the oxen eat." 103, Jesus said, "Fortunate is the man who knows where the brigands will enter, so that he may get up, muster his domain, and arm himself before they invade." 104, they said to Jesus, "Come, let us pray today, and let us fast." Jesus said, "What is the sin that I have committed? Or wherein have I been defeated? For when the bridegroom leaves the bridal chamber, then let them fast and pray." 105, Jesus said, "He who knows the father and the mother will be called son of a harlot." 106, Jesus said, "When you make the two one, you will become the sons of man. And when you say, 'Mountain, move away,' it will move away." 107, Jesus said, "The kingdom is like a shepherd who has 100 sheep. One of them, the largest one, astray. He left the 99 and looked for the one until he found it. When he had gone to such trouble, he said to the sheep, 'I care for you more than the 99. 108, Jesus said, "He who will drink from my mouth will become like me. I myself shall become he. And the things that are hidden will be revealed to him." 109, Jesus said, "The kingdom is like a man who had a hidden treasure in his field without knowing it. And after he died, he left it to his son. The son did not know about the treasure. He inherited the field and sold it. And the one who bought it went plowing and found the treasure. He began to lend money at interest to whomever he wished." Verse 110, Jesus said, "Whoever finds the world and becomes rich, let him renounce the world." 111, Jesus said, "The heavens and the earth will be rolled up in your presence, and the one who lives from the living one will not see death." Does not Jesus say, "Whoever finds himself is superior to the world"? 112, Jesus said, "Woe to the flesh that depends on the soul, Woe to the soul that depends on the flesh. 1:13, his disciples said to him, when will the kingdom come? Jesus said, it will not come by waiting for it. It will not be a matter of saying, here it is, or there it is. Rather, the kingdom of the Father is spread out upon the earth, and men do not see it. 1:14, Simon Peter said to them, let Mary leave us, for women are not worthy of life. Jesus said, I myself shall lead her in order to make her male, so that she too may become a living spirit, resembling you males. For every woman who will make herself male will enter the kingdom of heaven. Praise God. And that's the last verse of the book of Thomas, the lost gospel of Thomas. I think that was 1:14. So I just read 60 of the 1:14, and that took 23 minutes, 24, 25 minutes. Thank you for listening to it. Again, you can go to www.scriptural-truth.com. There's all kinds of information up there. There's lots of different sites. Of course, we have the Bibles that we have in our homes. If you have one, if you don't have one, you can get in touch with me. I usually, I have on my websites where I put my daily stuff. I usually put my email address, or you can send me a message. If you view this, you can send me a message, and I'll get back with you and we'll get you a Bible. It's very important. No matter how young or how old you are, still it's a time to start. And the Lord doesn't care how young or how old you are. The only thing He really cares about is, are you sincere in starting and reaching out for Him? You take that first tiny baby step, and He'll come the rest of the way and help you the rest of your life, right through to the end of it, and work you right into heaven. And He'll keep you right by your side, because He loves us. He loves us all. He doesn't want us to perish, but there will be those that perish, and because this was all created before the foundation of the world. So we just have to do our best and stay the closest we can to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Have a great day. I'll be back. And I don't know which book we'll read next. I'll probably do some out of God Calling next time. And then I think there's a Gospel of Philip that I've got to get in touch with a friend and find out where that's at. We may read that one next. Okay? Have a great night. Love you. Bye-bye.